What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another updated video thing that you guys have asked me to do for a while. So, every now and then I do enjoy updating some of my old guides to, well, this one isn't really a guide, it's more just like a diary, I guess. And so a lot of you guys asked me what kind of nodes do I have and what you should invest into. So keep in mind, I have 372 CP. Some of you guys may have less, some of you guys may have more, so this is some things that I could show you. What makes sense for me and why I have certain nodes might work for me, but not you. But I'll show you anyway. So anyway, we just set our character to go fishing while we actually just talk about it. We're going to be in the map screen for like the entire video. So here it is. I guess we'll go start this by region because it's actually pretty confusing. So let's start with Olvia, or the Balanos region, which is Olvia and Velia. And I guess this would matter in the ocean if I had any. So Olvia, we have grapes. Grapes are used for cooking. Honestly, I'm just gonna skip like most of these and say like if I'll show you what they are, and why I use them. But a lot of these are kind of self-explanatory. So a lot of them are just mostly cooking and processing life skill materials, but I'll tell you more or less what I do with them, I guess. So not really much in Olvia, kind of like expensive to have. I just have it Olvia connected to Velia, and most of these I just have it connected to the world, so it like one node touches the other and all that stuff. So anyway, Velia is the kind of important one because this is probably going to be the first area you start the game in. Well, obviously nowadays if you start, the first thing you start at Western Guard Camp, and then you go to Velia. This is going to be, like, if you're a new player, you're going to be your main hub. Even if you're an endgame player, this is probably still going to be your main hub zone. So the nodes we have here, you guys can see just ticking. Priority ones I have here are the potatoes and chicken meat. Chicken meat used for like workers, and if you're gonna have a large node empire, you're gonna need to feed your workers, and that's one. Potato, cooking, and then a lot of these over here are mostly just like more potatoes, more chicken meat. Some of these are timber logs, and I just process them for whatever I need. So these are the kinds of nodes I have over here. Some high ticket ones are probably, you don't really need fleece, I just have it. There are some nodes that have excavation. So I'm just going to explain this like you're a new player, so don't take like any offense to it. I'm just going to explain it like you're 5 and why I have it. So, you know, if you know, you know. So Trace of Ascension, kind of a valuable thing. Even if you don't think you need it now, you will for something in the future. That's like half the things I find in the world. I'm just like, oh, how do I get this? And it's like, oh, I need that. Well, how do I get it? And then, so yeah, a lot of the traces you will use eventually, so it doesn't really hurt to start picking them now. But mostly here in Velia, the high ticket ones are chicken meat, potatoes, and sometimes potatoes, I guess. Some other ones I had are iron and copper. Like, I don't have the copper, like I don't have all of them now, but if you need it, I mean, you could just put 1 point in. What else do you do? Like, max it out, turn 50,000. Cool, we have another iron node going. So yeah, I can show you my storage, I guess. A lot of people like seeing other like streamers' storages for some reason. I don't really understand why. Mine is a mess. All my storages are a mess. So overall, like through time, I've been trying to organize my storages and keep them all in one condensed area, but then that takes time. So for example, I use Velia for a lot of enhancing. So that's why all my stones and stuff are here. And then like memfrags, all this stuff. Mostly this is enhancing and big ticket, like potions and stuff that I would like take from this area and to wherever else I'm doing. So yeah, that's where it is. Over the past long while, I've had literally these nodes here that have over 20,000 of over 325,000 copper. I actually do use the iron, that's why it's significantly less. So yeah, you can tell I've had a copper node for a long time over here. And yeah, so that's not the important one. Heidel is the next place you're going to be going into. I actually do have like 80 CP in farms over here. Now this is one of those tricky ones to explain, because I use farming for, like, here's my life skill levels. I do gathering more or less pretty regularly. Fishing is literally an AFK activity. I've never really gotten into hunting. Cooking, another AFK activity. Alchemy, not so much. I don't do it, but also AFK activities. Set it, go AFK. Great. So farming, I'm at the point where I use it to collect tier 9 horse materials. So over here, you guys can see all these like random byproducts of all this that you turn into horse materials for tier 9 attempts. And the things I have here are, like, I would still assume are the high priority thingies, are cooking honey, because you're gonna need a lot of that. You can buy all these off the market for the most part. But over here mostly is a lot of like cooking and timber nodes. So high priority one I would recommend, cooking honey. Excavation node over here. This is kind of less important now than it was before, but I was just too lazy to take it off. Then down over here we have more timber nodes. So a lot of cooking and alchemy stuff, timber nodes, processing. Now we go into the Calpheon and Keplan area. This is kind of tricky because I have them here because I use it, but if you don't need it, obviously don't copy it. So down in Keplan, we have this connected. It's kind of a lot of CP, but we have a pine timber, and that one's like, pine is kind of rare. I wouldn't say it's not rare, but it's like harder for me to obtain. Like I have to go out of my way to get it. Iron ore you'll probably need forever. That's really it. These two nodes aren't really worth it, but I have it. I guess I had lead before, but I took it out. So that's pretty much it over there. Going upwards a little bit, there's something in the Marnie's lab that there was some sort of node, or no, it's Glutani Cave that gives coal. Coal used to be like a high value item that you use in everything. Nowadays, a little less so, but still pretty important if you're like self-crafting. Calpheon is one that I kind of take out and put back in every now and then. So Calpheon has a lot of timber nodes. One is an excavation over here that gives trace of battle and forest. Forest is used for late game alchemy stuff. These two, barley, wheat. Honestly, I don't really need them, but I have them because in the case I ever run out of chicken meat, then we gotta feed our workers somehow. But honestly, like, here's my like setup. I kind of sold a lot of stuff, but like, as you can see here, we literally have over 500,000 birch timber. That's like 3 years worth of nodes going off. Lead ore over 117,000. Trace of forest. Like overall, the money does add up if you just like forget about it, which I've pretty much done. So that's pretty much the nodes here. There's birch node. Another birch node. Yeah, I think that's it. I used to have like a few more, but yeah, overall, just a lot of timber processing that I have to do. Now going down into Trent area, I have literally this one for timber. So in our Trent storage, I really need to clean this out. Like, I don't even know why I have these things. But yeah, so at one point before, a lot of these can be used for different life skills. For example, the Spirit's Leaf you can use for various alchemy if you need it. Or if you do bartering a lot, this is a material they use for various barters. Same with Bloody Tree Knots. And I just have a lot of timber over here that I should process. I mean, I could sell it for like 1.3k and just make like 300 mil of it, dumping it over time. but that's not the point. I feel like I might need it one day. So we just have the node going. I forgot about it, and that's all I have here. In Grana, we have one here. Knock ore. I wanted the powder of earth more than the ore, so that's why I have it. But other than that, the only thing we have connected is Star Zen node, and not even because I grind Star Zen that much anymore after Hadum, but we wanted it for the massive pure magic. Now, the massive pure magic, just in case you don't know, it is used for upgrading Black Star weapons and armors, I believe. So basically, this is like a 13 to 16 CP upgrade. Is it worth it? Not really, gonna be honest. But if you grind to Doom, that's another way to get it, and you can just dump your CP into something else. But it's just like an active thing I have going on, and it's just passive. I get masses every now and then. So if you are enhancing Black Star at any point, or you plan to, I'd probably recommend picking up the node. It's pretty good. But that's it in Grana. Next we have Odraxia, and everything past, like, ever since they came out with Kama Sylvia, the nodes have been kind of sketch. Like, there are some good ones, yeah, but like everything's kind of expensive to connect, and all the ones are bigger, not so important. So there's one over here that I had. I literally just forgot to put a worker on there. But chicken meat, we have that. Again, same reason we'll have them in Velia. And the only other node we have going is the one for massive pure magic. Same reason, need it for enhancing Black Star. Crypt of Resting Thoughts, same thing, massive pure magic. So there are 3 total massive pure magic nodes, and you want to collect them. And plus grinding Hadum, they're pretty important. So Duvencrune. In Duvencrune, the nodes that I used to have were Fountain of Origin, because it had the Trace of Origin node. It's kind of expensive to connect. And then another one I used to have was, I think it was down here, one of these things. Yeah, Mithril was, it is like a high ticket item. It just costs kind of a lot to connect it there. And I think the node rate is pretty awful. So I think some people actually did testing, and they got like 1 Mithril in like 20 hours of the node, which is not really worth it. But if you needed it, you could do it. It's probably fixed now. I think they even had like a patch note. This is over a year ago when Duvencrune and what is this zone even called? It's Duvencrune, but what was like the expansion? For example, Grana considered Kama Sylvia. Duvencrune, like in this one, is Odraxia, which is Odalita. This one, I literally forgot the expansion. Garmoth one. Anyway, I don't have anything here right now. Medaya, we have a lot of just random cooking and alchemy stuff. Cotton yarn for processing. These 2 are kind of expensive nodes because we wanted the zinc and coal. Rough ruby sells for quite a bit if you don't know what you're doing and just kind of have it. Other than that, platinum ore and zinc are what I wanted. Over here, we have the sweet potato. All of this is connected to Tarif, by the way. So here's what my storage looks like. I actually did sell a bit, but 200,000 sky mushrooms and just like a lot of cotton nodes going off and all this, like over 280,000 timber. Now that I look at it, is like I have more timber than I'm probably ever going to process in my BDO career. I mean, I could probably dump I could process about 100,000 a day, assuming that's literally all I do. Just process, go AFK, come back, check it, do it again, repeat. Probably process about 100,000 a day. So the other 2 things I have are white cedar timber, bloody tree knots, because the tree knots are used for barter items. Sky mushrooms, I remember needing them for something, but I don't anymore. And then I just kind of left a node there because I'm lazy. Here we have double timber nodes. Maple is a pretty big one. Old tree bark is also used for barter items, so it also kind of sells for a lot too. That's why we want it. So here you can see market price for old tree bark is about 19.7k. It's probably not that much, maybe more, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I have here. Now crossing this line from Awakening Bell and down, everything is connected to Altanova. So what we have here is a zinc and platinum node. Have that going on. We have this one for Elder Tree. I actually don't know why I have this. I should probably take this node out. I think it was just value at the time. The Elder Tree Sap. Oh yeah, we have it for Elder Tree Sap. This area, I'm closing in on 1 million Elder Tree Timber, and I guarantee you this doesn't sell. So the thing is, like, we need the Elder Tree Sap. It was for like upgrading my boat materials at one point, so that's why I just kind of have a lot of zinc ore in here. And zinc is a high priority item. Coal. I had cotton here for some reason. Elder Tree Sap and Elder Tree Timber, and then all the other stuff. So let's see. Canyon, all of that. And then one we have up here is the Shikatu node. We just have double figs. We just literally figs. That's it. I never really got into connecting Valencia nodes in total. I've probably had a few back in the day over there, but never had it. That's pretty much it. Some other things I've had connected was from Velia, and I've had a few nodes over here going for Carrack gear pieces, and you want the blueprints and the starlight powder. So that was really it. Starlight powder is used for upgrading Carrack gear when you get it, and I will need them eventually. But if in case you are now starting your Carrack, or like you're just now starting sailing in general, you want to have these nodes. Not this one. This one, you see it? It's about like the ones that say workshop. So you want the platings and like the blueprints and the starlight powder. So it's actually kind of expensive connecting it from Velia to over here. So these are about 3. There's 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they cost 4 to connect a node, plus another 3 times 4 is another 12 to get the like excavation node. So that's 12, about 15, and then connecting it all the way here is about like another 20. So that's about 20 CP total, along with getting all the workers. So that's something you kind of have to plan for if you're doing sailing. And then the other high ticket ones are Star's End and the ones down in here. But overall, like, a lot of the nodes I have are timbers and cooking materials, and mostly like whatever else that personally I kind of switch my nodes up a lot based on what I'm doing at the time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that was just like a quick video updating you on like what nodes I have and where. So hopefully like maybe you picked up something that like you might want. So overall, there's this like website. I don't know if it's actually still updated. It's called somethinglovely.net, and basically it tells you like every node and what like the CP cost of everything is of what node. So it's kind of important to look at. Just figure out what you're gonna do with the node. Like, don't just pick something because someone told you to. Use it because you like or you want to do something with it. I have a lot of timbers because back in the day, timbers were actually sold on the market, but nowadays it's just kind of oversaturated. So I should probably take some of them out, but I do actually process them and then use it for like imperial cooking, delivery, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's one of those things. And yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of these nodes you could connect. I actually had connected this one all the way to Port Rat at one point, and then it was for trading, and then I just stopped caring, so I took it out. But yeah, in the regions where you're mostly at actively, you just kind of want to add nodes there. So like I would say Velia, Heidel are the big ones, Calpheon a little bit less, but these two going all the way from Balanos, Serendia, and Madaya are probably the big ones. A little bit of Valencia if you need them. Everything after that, I would say, is less valuable, but, you know, you'll see. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there are any other nodes that you guys have that, like, might be important. A lot of them are, like, excavation nodes that are pretty important to get. And then I know, like, 80 CP is tied up into farms, which is just horse materials. But yeah, let me know if there are any other guides that you want to see me update. Recently, what I've been doing was making more guides that were old ones and from like years ago. I'm just trying to update them to 2021 so you guys can see what I have now, what I'm using, and so everything is just more up to date. So if you watch a video, I'll leave a link to the old one in the description, but overall just it's more up to date. So if you watch it, it's relevant. And so thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.